fear of missing out, as they say.
Right. True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So I think Kohli just confirmed that there might not be anyone else joining right now.
Okay.
So we'll continue. So
Sure.
yeah. So I'll start with a small introduction, and then we'll carry on with the session. Okay.
Great.
So what you can do, Shraddha, is you can put your mic on mute, and
Hmm.
whenever you need to discuss, you can ask me any questions. Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah. So hi everyone. Hi Rimi. Hi Shraddha and Kohli. So now I'm going to take this session forward. So before we begin, let's talk about a little bit about me and the company. So this is me. My name is Vivek Kumar. Okay, and this is my company, skillslearn.com. So I founded this company solely with an objective of providing training to people, and especially in the domain of digital marketing. And I also run my own digital marketing agency where we cater to clients from 7 different geographies in the world, which includes some of the top geographies such as US, Canada, India, and then we have Singapore, Dubai, and Australia and New Zealand. So these are a few of the countries where we get most of our clients from. So now this slide is a little older. So now I have roughly 10 years of experience in this domain. And in fact, I have trained more than 3,000 professionals till now, both on an individual basis and also in some form of group training where I go to some of the corporates and I train their employees on digital marketing. These are a few of the certifications which I have, and there are many more which I cannot highlight because there's limitation for the space over there. And some of these popular ones can be taken by you also. So we provide you training and we provide you help and guidance so that you can complete these certifications, and then you become more eligible for getting jobs in the market, right? And as I mentioned that I handle end-to-end digital campaigns for different brands and SMEs, wherein we talk about all these aspects of digital marketing, such as SEO, email marketing, pay-per-click, SEM, social media, and web analytics, and many more others. Whenever I do get time, which is actually very rare, so I do work as a freelance blogger. I love to write, and I not only write about digital marketing, but I also try to write about certain other topics which are close to my heart, right? And so that's how it is. Now let's talk. What we're going to do in this particular session is we'll start with a little introduction to digital marketing, and we'll be busting some of the myths around digital marketing, because a lot of time you hear something negative or something which actually uh, stops you from pursuing a career in digital marketing. So we're going to talk about them. Then we'll be talking about some of the important components of digital marketing. And then I'll tell you how it's different from the traditional medium, and how it actually works in terms of process, right? And then we'll be talking about some of the right approaches, the time spent, and some of the important measurement metrics before we can, we'll talk about the certifications and the career paths, jobs and salaries, etc. And also a very important part, the kind of tools and certifications which we'll be covering in this course, okay? So whenever you need to ask me anything, either you can send me a message in the chat window, or you can simply unmute yourself and ask me any specific questions, okay? So this is the agenda of the session, and I'll try to keep it very short and precise since we are on the weekend, and I understand that, you know, everyone has got something on weekend. So as I was talking to Shraddha, and I told her that, you know, the aspect of digital marketing is becoming bigger and bigger these days. And one of the reasons that why we don't prefer calling it as web or internet marketing, rather we call it as a digital marketing, is because it's being extended to a lot of devices. And it's quite possible that even your home appliances could be promoting some product to you in the future. And it has already happened in countries like US and Canada, where with the help of Internet of Things or IoT, companies are able to deliver messages right in your refrigerators and telling you that, okay, so this is the time to replace butter in your refrigerator. Okay, so we are reaching that kind of capabilities in terms of digital marketing. So the future is really exciting, and we don't know, even we don't know the limits. Okay, so how big it would be in the future. But right now we can think about any device. So we talk about computers, laptops, tablets, smartphones, digital billboards. So everything is connected, and we can deliver the marketing messages on these devices and the consoles. So that basically makes it digital marketing. So we are basically trying to communicate to customers and their clients or the prospects and the leads on any of these devices and through any of the channels such as Google search or Facebook or Instagram or email, and likewise too many. Okay. Now let's talk about some of the myths. So I hear a lot of these kind of things, and that's why I thought, I'll be creating a slide talking solely about this. Now, many other people would think about digital marketing is only for marketers. Like people think, okay, maybe if I'm not an MBA, so I cannot learn digital marketing. In fact, I have seen school students learning digital marketing, homemakers, I mean, who have never gone to office and done some any kind of work. So they're also learning digital marketing with ease, and they are making a career out of that. Okay. And it's not only limited to marketers. So in case if you're comfortable using computers and mobile phones, and you know how to surf internet in your web browser like Google Chrome, etc. So I think that's good enough for you to start learning digital marketing. So there's nothing like an MBA or only an engineer can learn digital marketing. So many times people think that it has got something to do with a code programming, which is more of a technical stuff, but it's actually not. It's all about handling applications, and these applications have very simple interface, and you really don't need any kind of technical background or knowledge to handle that. Okay, so it's not really when I say it's not it's technology driven, so I can say that in the background, yes, there are different kind of technologies which runs digital marketing. So it's like we can think about artificial intelligence, machine learning, so many other things which are in the background. But as a professional, you really don't have to bother about those technologies because you are only using an application which is built on the top of that. Okay. Now, the last but not the least important thing. So that's basically people think that once they have set up their website, it's good enough for digital marketing, but it's actually not true. So it's almost like saying that, okay, I have opened a store in a high street mall in one of the metropolitan cities, and I expect people to visit my store just because I'm in a high street mall. That doesn't really happen. You have to spend a lot of money on advertising. You have to create some uniqueness in your store, or maybe very unique experience. Maybe your product, the pricing itself is a very lucrative to the customers. So unless until you do all these kind of things, nobody will visit your store. And the similar kind of thing goes to a website. So if you don't hear about a company and you don't see that often, so maybe you will not visit that company as a website. Okay, so that's how digital marketing is. Now, what are the major components of digital marketing? So I'm sure you might have heard about a few of them, but I'll give you a quick overview of each one of them, in fact. So the first one is search engine optimization. So what exactly search engine optimization does is it basically helps you your website appear in the search engine like Google or Yahoo or Bing in the top positions. So if you're working on a website and try to optimize your website, so once you do that, it will always be beating your competitors and similar kind of businesses, and it will help you rank in the Google search. So I'll show you some examples. So if you go to Google and search for anything, like let's say, even if you're searching for, let's say, Reebok shoes for women, and when you search for that, you'll see that there are certain results coming up. Now, some of these results are paid results. As you can see, uh, it says sponsored or ad. So these are actually paid results. So companies like Agio, Tata Click, Cooves.com, and Shop for Reebok. So it's basically Reebok's official online store. So they're actually paying to Google to run these kind of advertisements. So this is actually not the one which we're talking about as an SEO. So SEO is a free and organic traffic which we're talking about. So this is basically the second one. It's a search engine marketing, or we also use another term for this, pay per click marketing, or PPC. So what basically it means is you have to pay a certain amount of money to show your advertisement when somebody is searching for a product or service related to your business. And but still you are not going to pay to Google unless and until someone clicks on your advertisement. So that means if I search for Reebok shoes for women, and then there's an advertisement coming from Reebok, and without clicking on this advertisement, if I scroll down and I'm looking at other listings like these, so Reebok would not be charged a single penny by Google. So it's kind of a free impression for them. And the term which I told you, it's called as pay per click. So it basically stands for, sorry, PPC is basically what we call as pay per click. Okay. So it's a pay per click marketing wherein money is deducted when a customer clicks on the advertisement or the listing of your website in that case. Otherwise, no money would be deducted by Google. Okay. So that's the paid part of marketing. Now, the other part which we were talking about was SEO, or search engine optimization. So when you don't see any such kind of level like ad or let's say sponsored, okay, so that's basically a website which has been there because of the SEO done by the experts. So we do SEO to make sure that our website gets ranked for certain kind of searches. And these are the kind of searches we are talking about. So it's quite possible that for one of them, we can rank in a better position. And for few of them, we can rank in the lower positions. It's all depends upon how optimized our website is for that particular term or query. And that's something which is decided by Google, and Google gives a ranking to all the websites. So right now, if I ignore all these paid advertisements, and then we'll only talk about the one which are not paid, which basically starts from here. This is the first one. So Reebok gets the first position, and again the second position is also owned by Reebok website, and then the third one is held by Jabong, and then it's followed by Amazon and Myntra for this particular query. Now if you change it, it's quite possible that you'll find something else. So let me just try it out. Now I'm trying to alter this query from Reebok shoes for women to Reebok shoes for men. And I'll search for this. And now you'll see that. So there's a Reebok again coming up. Now you can see the Reebok is coming for the first three positions. And no, it's not Jabong, but Flipkart on the fourth position. There's no Amazon on the fourth. Now we have Myntra, and Amazon has gone to sixth position, right? So that basically means that this is what Google believes. These are the websites which are most optimized for this particular term, right? So now there are certain techniques, there are certain methods which we use basically to optimize our website in a better way. And just a second. Yeah. Okay, so this is the difference between the paid traffic and the organic traffic. And we really have to work hard to get free traffic from Google because there's so much of competition. There's so many businesses trying to get impression for the similar kind of product or service related searches, right? So in this course, we are going to cover both of them, SEO as well as SEM. Now, the third one, what you can see is social media marketing. And social media marketing is basically referring to all the social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, even a WhatsApp as a channel, right? So all of these are popular social media platforms and channels. And if we want to promote our business using these channels, so this is what we do. So we learn social media marketing, we implement some of the techniques and tricks to optimize our business for these. And similar to what we have seen in search engine like Google, we also have paid traffic in social media marketing, or such as on Facebook or Instagram. Now, again, let me show you an example. So if you go to facebook.com, now apart from the updates from the pages and groups which you like and follow, you'll also see a lot of advertisements coming from. So you can see this is one from Spark, and they're showing me a sponsored result. So it's actually a paid advertisement, right? And the others are the free ones, like which I follow as a fan, or maybe there's a friend of mine who shares that. So you'll see both the paid as well as non-paid updates in the Facebook feed. So how frequently your paid and the non-paid content should be coming up in the Facebook. So it's all learned in under the social media marketing. So you can learn these things and implement and promote your business on the basis of that. So we'll be learning a lot of methods, a lot of tools and tricks in social media marketing, which can help anyone promote his business online. Okay. Now, the fourth one, which we're talking about, is the content part. So we're talking about blogging and email marketing. So I'm sure a lot of you would agree to this, that a lot of time, if you want to find some information about the products in a service, let's say maybe you want to purchase a cosmetics. So to purchase a cosmetic, many times you follow some beauty bloggers, or maybe there's a blog from popular media and news website, and you read about the product, their reviews from different bloggers and influencers, and then only you buy that product. Okay. So the content can influence the decision-making process of a customer, and especially when it comes to the popular products and services, right? Many times, depending upon the business scenario, it can be used by companies to generate leads also. Like, let's say you work in an IT industry, and your company has developed an ERP, and you want to educate people about the ERP, the uses. Maybe there are small business owners who don't really understand what ERP means and how it can be really beneficial to their business. So now what your company can do is they can create a blog, and they can publish articles, they can create PowerPoint presentations, small videos, maybe white papers and ebooks, and the customers and the subscribers can read all these kind of content. And if they really like your content, if they find that maybe you are the one who are the knowledgeable or the experts in the industry, so that kind of authority is built by your brand or your company, and people feel more comfortable talking to you about their business or technical needs. So now they can talk to your salesperson, and maybe they can get a demo of your product and finally convert into a customer. So all of this can be done with the power of content, and content is everywhere. So like I was telling Shraddha about this a few minutes back, that content could be on a website blog, it could be in an email newsletter, or it could be on some of the popular social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. Right? So now one part of content is to create the content. Like you need writers, maybe you need designers who can create really appealing images and all. And then you also need people who can create some animation and videos to develop a powerful content. But the most important component of content is to promote that. So there's no use of publishing a content which nobody reads. So even if you're, let's say, maybe Aarti develops a liking for maybe cosmetics and she wants to start her blog. She might be really good and she might be publishing a lot of articles on that blog. But if there are no visitors and if there are no subscribers, so obviously it will not benefit her. So no, there are very less people reading her blog. And let's say if later on, if she decides that she wants to promote a product, she cannot do that because there are hardly any visitor on her website. So she would definitely need channels. She would definitely need to learn techniques with the help of which she can promote that content. And that's exactly what brands are looking for. So blogging, content marketing, email. So these are the different, ways you can serve content to the customers. Now, we understand that we are in an age which is driven by the mobile devices. So more than computers and laptops, it's the mobile devices which is being used by you and me. So irrespective of our profession or background, right? So we don't want to open laptops all the time. And it's mostly the mobile devices like smartphones and tablets, which is being used by the customers. So 70 to 90% of the traffic for most of the websites come from these mobile devices. And that's like a big opportunity for the brands and the businesses. So what we do is we try to replicate the similar kind of experience. So, and at the same time, trying to adjust them according to the devices, screen types, and the sizes. So maybe I have the same website. Let's say my website is skillsdone.com. And now I want to put that website into, I want to, like, maybe there might be people who would be searching from my website. They found it on mobile phones and they want to read and consume the same information on mobile devices. So we would need to modulate the content, the layout, design, and even the overall experience according to the mobile devices, and even enable certain things which can help people take some specific actions on the mobile devices. And that's where mobile marketing comes from. Everything which you do online on web and all has to be extended to the mobile devices and without hampering the experience of the customers. Another very important thing about mobile marketing is that it provides a lot of personal information to the of the customers. Like you might check into a restaurant, you might use Google maps to travel from your place to a restaurant or maybe to a salon or maybe to a friend's place. So your mobile phone actually has a lot of private and personal information. And what marketers do is they don't get to know that who exactly you are. So I cannot really say that, okay, I'm targeting Shraddha, but I'm targeting someone who has shifted from Mumbai to Gurgaon and who is involved in some very specific activities in Gurgaon. Okay, so that's quite possible while capturing the data of the mobile phones. So that's why I'm talking about the personalized information. And since I know so much about the person, that what kind of websites you visit, what kind of things you like, what kind of things you search for, so this data can be used for a better targeting, right? So if you are searching for, let's say, tickets from India to Thailand, so I guess I can target you as a Make My Trip or similar kind of business, and I can show you offers related to tickets from India to Thailand, and then you might click on that ad and make the bookings. So that's the power of mobile marketing we're talking about. Now, uh, the next part is affiliate marketing. So it's a very exciting domain, in fact. And those of you who don't believe in 9 to 5 career and you really don't want to work for anyone, so in that case, you can always promote some product, like maybe on Amazon.in. So what you have to do is you have to select the products which you really like, or which you believe that it can be promoted to your inner group, or if you're a blogger, to your entire followers or subscribers. Like let's say if you have 1 million followers, now you can promote a third party product. Like let's say you're a beauty blogger and you are into cosmetics and personal care products. So you can pick that product and promote that on your social media channel of 1 million followers. And there's a possibility that maybe 1,000 of them out of those 1 million would click on that link which you've shared. And if somebody decides to purchase from that link, you get paid a commission, which is a fraction of that money which you're generating as a sales. So let's say it's 10,000 rupees, which you generate as a revenue for one single post. So maybe company can pay you something like 10% of that money. So that could be 1,000 rupees, right? So this is how the affiliate marketing works. It's commission-based marketing, and where you have to pick any third-party product, which can be listed anywhere like Amazon or Flipkart and all. And these companies like Amazon and Flipkart, they have their own affiliate programs. So you have to register with them, and you have to tell them that how you're going to promote that. So maybe you can use WhatsApp for the promotion, where you can use Facebook for the promotion, or any other medium which you believe where you can find audiences for them, right? And I do this a lot. I run some of the affiliate marketing campaigns for brands and companies, not only in India, but also outside India. Okay. So this could be another big opportunities for you guys. Now, another important thing is web analytics. Now, one of the thing which basically distinguishes uh, traditional marketing from digital marketing is the data. So in traditional marketing, it was very difficult to figure out if you put a hoarding, let's say next to a metro station, you will not know that how many people actually see that. And even if that those people have seen that advertisement on the hoardings, so how many would actually buy that product? It is very difficult to get that data. So you can only make assumptions. So that's how, the brands have been doing marketing traditionally. So they would assume that there are 5 lakh visitors on that metro station in a day. Maybe 1% of them, let's say 5,000 people, would actually see that ad, and maybe 500 of them would be buy that product. So that was kind of an assumption made by them. Now, with digital marketing, what we get is we get a lot of data, and what we call it's a separate domain in that. It's called as web analytics, or we also call that as an digital analytics these days, because again, it captures data from multiple sources like smartphones or desktops and billboards everywhere. So now what you I mean, you can just imagine the kind of data which you want, and web analytics will ensure that you get that data. So if I want to see who are my customers, so it will tell me that out of 10,000 people who visited my website, maybe 70% of my customers are women. And these women could have a certain liking for a product and services, depending upon what kind of websites they have been browsing. So if maybe you have been going through some fashion portals, and maybe there's a very specific thing in the fashion portal, let's say maybe you're planning to uh, purchase ethnic wear, okay? So you're going through the ethnic wear website, and you're looking at those kind of products and services, and you belong to a certain age group, you belong to a certain location, and you're using a certain kind of device type, like maybe you're using an iPhone X, or maybe you're using a Redmi phone. So these kind of information, and even many more than this, can be captured with the help of analytics tools. And now marketers like us can use that data for better targeting to my customers. Okay, so that's how the things can work in digital marketing. So now let's talk about how it's different from traditional marketing. So there are many differences, in fact, but few of them is, of course, the data, which was missing earlier from the traditional marketing. Then we're talking about the higher cost. Like if you have to put an ad on Facebook, you can do that with 40 rupees. I'm talking about in India. So that is the bare minimum to run your ad on Facebook. So you can put 40 rupees a day and you can promote your business. So let's say you open a cafe or restaurant, and you can start with a budget as less as 40 rupees a day to promote your business. For 1 month, you'll be spending maybe 1200 bucks. That's it. And you still be doing a decent ad and getting some clicks and conversions or calls maybe to your business. Now just think about a traditional media. Now in traditional media, if you have to run a TV advertisement, you'll have to spend lakhs and lakhs of money for a single TV ad slot. It's that expensive. And if you think about billboards, again, it would be in thousands and lakhs depending upon the location, right? So all these things were really, really expensive in traditional marketing. And now the things have changed when it comes to social media and SEO and some other stuff. So if you're smart enough and knowledgeable enough, you can even uh, run some free promotions for your business online. And even if you have to pay for the advertisements, so the cost could be figured out by you. So if you have only 5,000 rupees as a monthly cost for your promotion of your business, you can actually promote that. So nobody would stop you at the Google or Facebook and all, right? So that's how the things are changing. So now even the small businesses, startups and SMEs, and even freelancers and home-based businesses, they can take advantage of this and they can promote their business online. And not to forget that you get a lot of instant reports for your campaign performance, and you can do a lot of optimization for the cost and responses. So it's all response driven, right? So if you are running an ad and if that ad doesn't send you traffic to your website, and if you feel like, okay, I should stop that ad right there, you can do that. You just have to click and your ad would be paused, right? But in traditional media, you have to do a lot of media buying traditionally. So you have to talk to a TV channel. Now they will bargain and they will fix your ad slot. Let's say there's a cricket match coming up and you want to show that ad 100 number of times. Now this deal would be negotiated before the ad goes live, and it has got nothing to do with the performance of the ad. So basically, even if nobody watches your ad, you're still paying to the news channel or the sports channel in this case, right? So that's how traditional marketing works, and this is how the things are changing with digital marketing. Now, these are a few of the advantages. As I mentioned, level playing field. So level playing field basically refers to a situation where everyone is at the same level. So if you are a big brand like Amazon, or you're a home-based business, you can advertise on the same platform, and you can decide your own budget, and you'll certainly get something out of that budget. The cost, of course, has reduced. So now you don't have to pay for the impressions. If you decide you only want to pay for the performances like clicks and let's say leads or sales, you can run advertisements which will be driven by that. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you is, if you only want to pay to Google, if some sales happens on a website, you can actually do that. So there's a ad meant for that, right? Then you have lots of analytics, as I told you, that the reports are very simple and it gives you really good insights into what has been working for you and what has not been working for you. And all of this would happen in the real time. So you really don't have to wait till the end of the month. So you can check the real-time reports, and if you feel like something is not working, you can tweak your campaign or stop your campaign, whatever you want to do, right? So a refinement strategy happens quickly. Now, it can be used for different purposes. You can simply use it for brand awareness if you want to spread words about your brand and get some exposure. If you want to make your content viral, or maybe you just want people to engage with your content, like putting likes and comments and talking about you, so that your reach becomes bigger and bigger. So it can be used in a different manner. And these are some of the benefits. Like, let's say if I'm running a program in Gurgaon and maybe in a very specific region of Gurgaon. Now, I really don't want to advertise to entire India. So these kind of geo-targeting is achievable with digital marketing. So you can decide that maybe in Gurgaon, I want to advertise, let's say, near Ambience Mall, and whoever is near Ambience Mall should see my advertisement. So that's the kind of geo-targeting which you can do. So you can divide the entire world or country or state into different geographies, and you can pick the geography where you want to advertise. And it can run 24/7. And as I told you that it's really cost effective. So you can look at the cost of a newspaper ad and the TV advertisement. So how costly that is. But if you compare that with a social media ad, it almost would be a peanuts in that case. And if you want to go global, so again, I mean, you are sitting in India and you can promote products in US or some other country. There's no problem in that. So this is how digital marketing works. So you can pick up a very precise targeting. So you can just define your audience from any per se, like their demographic factors such as age, gender, location, etc., their spending capacity, the devices they use, their hobbies and interests, and the kind of websites they visit. Now, as I told you, once you create a campaign, you can go live quickly and instantly on any platform like Google and Facebook. You really don't have to wait for too long, and it's measurable and cost effective. Now, this is a very, very important slide, and you know, it's not that digital marketing is all about promotion. Now, you can do a lot of things on in digital marketing and help your business. Like if you're working for a company, now you are handling their marketing, so you would need to focus on certain areas. Now we divide them into four important components. So first one is called as listening, the second one is communicating, the third one is creating and experimenting, and the fourth one is tracking. So now, so what do you think is the difference between hearing and listening? So we have three people in the class, Koheli, Rimi, and Shraddha. So I just want to,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes, Shraddha, please go ahead.
So hearing is something that you do involuntarily, as I call it, and listening is something that you're really paying heed to what the other person is saying, so you can respond
Mm-hmm.
based on what the other person is feeling, and you can be empathetic towards the other person.
Great. That's nice. Thanks. Thanks, Shraddha. So yeah, so you are right. In fact, so listening is all about paying attention and then probably taking some specific actions on the basis of that. Okay. So now the similar thing applies to digital marketing. So now imagine your competitors are doing something online, and if you put in blindfold to yourself, you don't observe that what exactly these competitors are doing. So maybe slowly and gradually they will sweep the market and you will never come to know about that. Now there might be customers, your existing customers, who are really unhappy about you or your product, and they are mentioning that online everywhere on social media and some of the forums and all. And as a brand or as a company, if you don't pay an attention to that, so that basically means that you are losing the market. So you have to keep your eyes open. And in this age, we have tools and platforms which can capture data. So now imagine, I can tell you exactly that how many people in the world are talking about Reebok at this moment. So if I have to filter out data and tell you that, okay, today on 9th of December, there has been, let's say, 2,500 mentions about Reebok as a brand on different social media and different web channels. And at the same time, I can tell you that out of these 2,500, there has been 1,000 negative comments, right? So now these kind of things are possible with with the help of listening tools, where you can track these kind of discussions. You can track the what exactly customer wants, or what exactly customer is looking for, and maybe what's their review about your product and service. If they are dissatisfied or happy, so all these things can be observed. So a lot of time in digital media is being spent on listening, so that we can use the insights and make some corrective actions in our marketing campaigns, and then use these different channels for the communication. So let's say uh, we start seeing that a lot of people are complaining about our food service delivery time. So now delivery time is an issue. And we know that, in the past, people were dissatisfied with this. Maybe we're serving a really good quality food, but service time has been an issue for the people. Now, how about putting up a communication in form of a marketing message and sending it across on social media or emails and all, and telling people that, okay, listen, we know that we have not been really good in the past, and a lot of orders were delayed, but now that we have this in-house team of handling the logistics and delivery, so we offer you a 30-minute delivery time, and now you can book your order online and get your food within 30 minutes of putting an order. So now what you're trying to do here is communicating. So now you just listen to the feedback from your customers, and now you're trying to integrate into your marketing communication and putting it across on different channels. Now, it's also about creating and experimenting. Now, imagine if something goes wrong in a TV ad, a company has already put a lot of money into that. Okay. So, I don't remember the exact name of that advertisement. And it's few years back when I recall that advertisement hit, and I get this funny reaction. Okay. So there was this advertisement coming up in one of the major channels, and it actually was there for quite a long time. I think that ad was related to a cement company. Okay. And what they will show you is that there's a woman walking out of sea, and she was just clad in a bikini, and she's coming out, and there was nowhere relation to the cement as a product over there. And then it will tell you that, okay, so just suddenly you'll see the name of that cement company. Okay, so I don't remember the exact name of that company, but somehow it was a really bad form of marketing, even though people might have been attracted towards that ad for some other reason, but eventually it didn't make an impact when it comes to selling that product. Okay. Now, that company might have paid lakhs of rupees to an agency making that film, and then many lakhs and crores maybe for TV promotion. And eventually they find out that, okay, they spent crores of rupees and they didn't get positive response from the customers. Okay. So that's the kind of, traditional marketing going bad. Now compare that against a social media ad. Let's say you put a social media ad today, and then one of your friend informs you that, okay, Shraddha, there's a mistake in the ad, and I think this is something which looks odd, or maybe you should change the visuals or images or something like that. So no, you really don't have to wait for the entire campaign to get over. So once you put down the phone, you just go to your Google Ads and Facebook panel, and you stop or pause your campaign there itself and make those necessary changes and rerun. And in fact, even if it's not about mistakes, if you just want to try maybe different visuals, like you're confused that, okay, maybe you have 3 different images and you want to try them out, all 3 of them. So now you can create 3 copies of the ad, run all 3 of them, and record their responses and see which one works better for you, and then make the changes in the campaign. So that's something which we call as creating and experimenting. And you can do almost any possible kind of experiment in digital marketing. So that's the beauty of digital marketing. And the fourth one, as I told you, it's all about tracking and measurement. So you get reports and dashboards where you can see the performance of your campaigns and analyze the data and make the fixes and corrections on the basis of that. So tracking again becomes very important part of digital marketing. Now, as a professional, you can either be doing all four of them, or maybe you can specialize in one of these areas where you maybe where you work on the listening side, where you work on the tracking side, or maybe you work in the communication side or creating and experimenting, right? So you can work in any of these things. So this is what we call as a right approach in the world of social and digital media. So it's all about power of two things. One is the content. So content could be anything like a blog or video or newsletter. And then it's about the connections. So as I mentioned, if you're a beauty blogger and you don't have subscribers and followers, and you don't have traffic or visitors to your website, so basically you are falling weak in this particular segment. So you don't have connections. So once you strike a balance between these, so you have great content and good number of connections, you can generate great conversations online. And this is what defines the success of any company online. Now, these are few of the examples of the measurement matrix. You know, every company can have a very different kind of marketing objective. Like, let's say for Coca-Cola or Thumbs Up as a brand, maybe they don't want to sell it online. Yeah, most of us actually don't buy Coke and Thumbs Up online, but it's mainly if you see the focus of the advertisement, they're focused towards building a brand and making people aware about what exactly their brand is, right? So if you think about Thumbs Up, you have a certain image for Thumbs Up that what kind of brand it is. And when you think about Coca-Cola, so there's a very different identity for Coca-Cola. So both are different, both are soft drinks, both are owned by the same company, in fact, these days, but yes, they cater to a very different target segment. And when a company is promoting them on the digital and social media channels, they're not looking to generate sales. Now compare this against an e-commerce website like Flipkart or Amazon. So their objective is to generate as many sales as possible, and that's what they are looking to promote online. And there could be bloggers who want you to follow them. So they want a huge fan base. They want a lot of people to subscribe to their newsletter. They are content creators who would look to make their campaign viral. There will be companies like Netflix and Amazon Prime and so many other channels. So they want their content to go really viral, and a lot of people should register and watch their content, right? So these are some of the examples, and there are many others, but these are the most important ones. So maybe your company can focus on one or more of these metrics, and then you can run your entire campaign focused towards these metrics, right? And this is what a digital marketing process looks like. So often people think that digital media is only about acquiring leads and clients, but it's actually not. So your customer could be at any stage of buying a product. Let's say if we talk about you guys, maybe you were not sure about digital marketing. Maybe you had a thought at the back of the mind, but you were never sure that you should pursue digital marketing or not. So for a customer or a client like you, now a company can use more informative searches like maybe you might be searching for what is digital marketing, or what does digital marketing mean, or what are the salaries which we get in digital marketing jobs, something like that. And there could be a person who is already working in the marketing domain, and now this guy, he actually wants to upgrade his career, and he's looking for the certifications, he's looking for the jobs and salaries. That's it. So he doesn't really want to learn more about what digital marketing is. So what I'm talking about is the customers could be at any of these stages. Maybe they're still not a prospect. Maybe they have seen your ad somewhere. Maybe they have already become a lead or prospect for you, and maybe they're already an existing customer, and you can take help of them to provide referrals and more business to you. So what we do as a digital marketing professional is we create campaigns targeting customers towards these different stages. So I have to create few campaigns which can make people aware. I have to create few campaigns where people already know about us and our product, and we just prompt them to take our product. And then there are people who are ready to buy. Now we have to circulate the offers and the promotion code to them. And finally, there will be people who are already our customers, but we know that these are good customers, they are happy, and maybe they can send us referrals and other benefits like, maybe purchasing the product twice or thrice, okay? So that's also possible, right? So, hi Pooja. I think
Hi.
you joined quite late. Okay.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I forgot to join this.
Okay, not a problem. So we started long back, but everything is getting recorded actually. So what I'll do is I'll send you the link of the recordings once the session gets finished. And since we have covered a huge part of the session already, so I won't be repeating this, but if you have any specific queries, you can ask me at the end of the session, okay?
No problem.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll keep you on mute, Pooja, okay?
Sure.
Yeah, all right. So this is what we were talking about. So you have to bring your creative side and also be aware that which platforms or tools might be helpful at different stages. Like somebody who's searching for a product for the first time, maybe that person would like to go to a website like Google and then search for the information related with that. Like let's say you want to learn more about digital marketing. So maybe you'll type what is digital marketing or what does digital marketing mean? And you will go to Google search. But now I know that you are a person who is highly interested in digital marketing. So I can start a campaign on social media and through newsletters and few other mediums, and where I can reach out to you and show you my offers and all to help you connect with my business and then probably convert into a customer, right? So even the channels, the utility of the channels would change as per the stage where the customer is in the buying process. No, I believe that most of us hate one thing these days. So just reply in the chat window. So you have a chat window chat option over there, and you can say yes or no to this answer. How many of you hate cold calling? So when I say cold calling, I basically refer to a situation where you get in call from a random company where you didn't even make a connect, and they just try to sell you a product or service like maybe a credit card or bank loans or everything almost, okay, right? So Shraddha hates that. I'm sure. So Pooja says the same thing. I'm not sure about Rimi. Koheli, I think I'm sure you must be hating that as well, right? Yeah. So you know what? As a customer, we have changed our priorities, and we are too busy, and probably have got so many such kind of things to handle. We really don't like that, and that's where this process becomes more important. So normally we divide marketing into two components. One is inbound and the other one is outbound. So outbound is basically the calls which these guys would make to you. They will start calling randomly to you. So any kind of thing which comes as a push marketing, where the company is trying to push a sales to you, so that becomes an outbound marketing. Now, most of the digital marketing is not an outbound marketing, it's mainly inbound marketing. So you as a customer decides to see something like on your Facebook. That's why you follow some pages and groups. And when you go to a Google search, you find some information by searching for a query. So it's more of an inbound approach. So you're trying to connect, you're trying to search for something, and we as digital marketing professionals are trying to help you find that information or find that offer. So that's what we're trying to do. And if you really like that, you have the choice, you have the power, you can select that as a customer. So that's how inbound marketing works. And this is the entire process of digital marketing, where we try to convert a stranger into a website visitor, and then maybe into a lead or prospect, and finally into a customer who pays for the product and services which you're trying to sell. And eventually they also become our promoters. So let's say maybe a few of you are going to join our course, and when you complete that course, you are really happy with the results. So you might become a promoter at the end, and now you can send us referrals and all. So this is how the business grows in this age. So, and digital marketing is ready for all the things. You can see there are different kind of techniques and platforms and channels which are being applied at each of the stages, where customers are moving from one step to another, and finally we get the results out of this. So this is more of an inbound process these days, and really don't like most of the outbound marketing. I believe that a lot of you would relate to this. So we know Uber, we know Facebook, we know Alibaba, we know Airbnb. You know what's common in these guys? The most common point in these guys is, of course, I mean, they're all online, but you know, they don't own anything. So Uber doesn't own a taxi, Facebook, they doesn't own a media, Alibaba, they don't hold a product inventory, and Airbnb, they don't have hotels and rooms. So all of these are marketplaces, and all of them are connected with the service provider, the product providers, and they don't own anything. So we develop the content for Facebook, okay? And Uber, they hire taxi drivers across the globe. Now imagine the now Uber has millions of cabs across the globe, and if you have to buy these millions of cabs, you'll have to probably spend billions of dollars for that. And Uber knows that they cannot do that, but they have smartly put up a network of such kind of cabs in the world. So this is a new way or new style of doing business, okay? So this is exactly what's happening in the world in every single thing. You can just think about any specific product or service which you have been using in the past, and you'll find exactly the similar kind of variations of that product or service. Like we were talking about beauty services, you know, there were days when you would go to salon to avail these services. I know that majority of you do that even you do that even now, but a lot of people have started taking these services from their comfort of the home, and they can just book a service even if they're going to their store from their mobile apps or websites, right? So these are the things which are happening. Yeah, that's right, Shraddha. No, so I think I have spoken a lot about digital marketing. I've given you a broad perspective of what exactly digital marketing and media is. And now what I'm going to show you is how you can make a career out of this. So the course which we are offering, it includes lots of certifications, and these are some of the industry recognized certifications. So the one would be provided by us as a company. We have our own certification, and then we are providing you certifications if you clear the exams, of course. So we will prepare you for these certification exams, and we have training classes, we have video lectures, we have PDF quizzes, a lot of things to help you overcome these exams, okay? So there are exams from Google AdWords and Google Analytics. So you can become a certified professional in this. You have a certification from Facebook, which is Facebook Blueprint. Then we have Hootsuite. So Hootsuite is a very popular social media management tool. And if you're working with any small to large enterprises, so they are most likely using Hootsuite as a social media management tool. So it would help you if you get certified in that. And then there are a lot of tools which we call as an inbound marketing tools like email marketing and all, which is being integrated into one single platform like HubSpot. So HubSpot also provides certifications in certain things like email marketing and content marketing, etc. So you can take up these certifications, and all of these certifications are part of our course. So we focus on each of these modules and certifications, and during the course or even after the course completion, you can appear for the exams and get yourself certified in any of these certifications. Now, out of these, two of them are paid, Facebook Blueprint and Hootsuite. So these two are paid certifications. And apart from that, Google AdWords, Google Analytics, and HubSpot, they are free certifications. You really don't have to pay any single penny for them. And the best part is, even if you fail the exam, you can reappear for these exams by after a gap of 1 week. Okay, so that's how it will work. And once you complete the course from us, we'll provide you the certification. And not only that, we'll also help you find jobs with the companies. So a lot of companies approach us for hiring certified and trained digital marketing professionals. And we try to help you with the jobs in that case. And internship is something which we provide to everyone in case if you are keen on learning and you want a paid or free internship. So there are a lot of companies which are connected with us. They hire interns from us, and where you can work for with them either in the virtual or the physical mode. And then maybe at the end of the training or internship completion, you can actually join them as an employee also. So that's also a possibility. Okay. So a lot of things on internet is there related to digital marketing, but most of them are theoretical gyans and without any practical knowledge. And this is where we're trying to bridge this gap, because we work in this industry, right? As I mentioned you initially, that we work with clients from 7 different geographies. And that basically means that we have been working in on the tools and techniques in the real time. We have been getting results for the businesses in real time. So we are going to teach you a lot of these kind of case studies and tools and platforms, and which you can learn, and eventually which will help you become job ready in the industry. So that's something which we do. And of course, we will be teaching you some of the theoretical concepts, because I believe that these are also important for you to help you understand that platform or module. But a lot of part, in fact, 80 to 90% of the time will be spending on the practical knowledge, wherein I'll be showing you how to create campaigns, how to run the campaigns, and a lot of other things like keyword research, SEO, etc., uh, with the help of these platforms and tools. And the best part is you don't have to bother about the license tools. So we have all these license tools. So we will give you an access for 2 months to these license tools, because it comes at a cost to us also. Okay. So we'll provide you an access to a lot of these kind of tools. I can show you some of them in the screen. So these are some of the tools, and there are many others which will be, Koheli will be sharing with you in an email or some, So all of these, some of these tools are free, some of these are paid tools, and we'll be providing an access to these tools for a duration of 2 months, where you can implement the things which you learn in the classroom on these tools. And once you work upon them, so definitely you get job ready. So once you go to the industry, you will work upon maybe one or more than one tools like these, and you don't be uncomfortable while working, because you will be already have covered the projects and all in our courses, right? Now, as I told you that you can become you can have a generic profile, like you can start working as a digital marketing executive and become an expert in that. And you can work as a manager or analyst, So depending upon the company requirements, you can have a more generic profile, or you can even become a very specialized person like these. So you can pick up a job in SEO. If you want, you can become an advertisement specialist, where we talk about PPC specialist. So PPC stands for pay-per-click marketing, as I told you. So you can learn the advertising techniques on these online platforms, and then you can become a specialist in those domain. And then there's another part where we talk about social media and content. So if you want to, if you really have a good grasp on content and you love social media, so this is something which you can learn and become an expert in that domain, right? So these are different kind of career paths, and there could be more specific career paths coming out of each of these domains as well. Okay, so there's nothing like a fixed set of roles. So there are hundreds and hundreds of roles related to this, but all of them would depend upon which one excites you more. Maybe for somebody, SEO could be a very exciting thing, and for somebody, it could be all about social media marketing. So you will definitely discover your mojo in this course, but I would always advise you to learn everything initially, because even if you're working in social media, you need to understand a lot about how Google works, and so that you can prepare content on social media related in line with that, right? So it helps if you have an understanding of each of the domains, and then later on you can go and become a specialized in a certain domain. Okay. So that's how it will work. And this is from payskill.com. You can go through this link and you can see that uh, they tell you that what kind of salaries you can expect in digital marketing. And there are a few very specific things in digital marketing we can see. So which are the top ones and which are the lowest ones and all. And you can also see that, what kind of job profiles you can find in these domains and subdomains, right? So there's a lot of thing. In fact, uh, depending upon your specialization and your interest level rather, you can find a very good profile and which can have a very lucrative career. So you really don't have to compromise on your interest or your skill sets, right? So you can develop an expertise in any of these things and get a really good salary when it comes to digital marketing, right? So that would be it from my end. So now I'm open to questions and answers. So you can go ahead and you can ask me as many questions related to career, digital marketing, certifications, or whatever it is.
Yeah, so may I?
Yeah, sure. Shweta, please go ahead.
So, Vivek, when you say that you're open to providing trainings for all of these,
Mhm,
uh, you know, kind of profiles,
mhm,
so would those be online trainings? Because you mentioned that it could be theoretical and practical,
mhm.
or would there be a specific location where we will have to be present for those trainings, and how many months do you think those train, because you mentioned 2 months, we would get 2 months access to those licensed
Tools, yeah.
softwares, yeah,
Yeah.
licensed tools.
Mhm.
So would the training, the generic training or the overall training also be for 2 months? What would the duration be?
Yes, mostly it would be 2 months, especially
What
if
do
you're
you
taking,
usually do? Yeah.
yeah. So if it's a weekdays training, it's a week, in weekdays training, we conduct 3 to 4 classes in a week. Okay.
Okay.
And that's, basically wraps up the syllabus within 2 months. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm talking about the weekend training, like if you don't have time on the weekdays and you want to attend classes only on Saturdays and Sundays, so in that case, the training period can extend to, okay.
Right.
So yeah, so in that case, don't worry, we will give you an access to the tools for the 3 months. Till the time you're working with us, we'll give you an access.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And for weekday trainings, it would be like a full day training kind of a thing, a classroom training.
Not a full day training, I would say. So no, roughly
Mm.
2 to 3 hours of training.
A day. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll get more details from
Mhm,
Koheli or maybe
mhm.
contact you later on for more details.
Sure, not a problem. I think you stay in Gurgaon, right?
Yeah.
So you're looking for a classroom training or you're looking for an online training?
Whichever is available because I'm free,
Mhm.
so I can attend any kind of training. Whatever batch would start,
Sure.
I would like to
So I
just
think, yeah, so I think Kuheli
and
will get
update
back to
myself.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, no
sure
problem.
to
I'll get
inform
back
you
to you
about
later
the,
on.
sure, yeah. So Pooja and Rimi, if you have any specific questions, you can ask me. I am willing to answer your queries. Pooja, I believe that you are from an HR background.
Yeah, actually, I'm from HR background, so I just want to know because I have already missed the entire
Mhm.
slides. Last few slides were pending.
Okay.
So, being a HR, this training, how it will help me to upskill my career? So that was my question.
Okay. And how long you have been in the HR domain, Pooja?
Yeah, it's been 10 plus.
10 plus. Okay.
Yeah,
And any specific domain in HR like recruitment or payroll
yeah,
completion?
it's end to end.
It's end to end. Okay. So more
Yeah,
of a generalist kind of profile.
yeah, it's HRBP role.
Okay. 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 That's great. So my first question is, why do you want to change your career at this moment? Is there any specific reason for that?
No, there is no any specific to change my domain. However, I just wanted to, upskill my knowledge. See, because right now it's been HR, so
Mhm,
10 years. I wanted to continue that also, but
mhm,
parallelly, I just wanted to look up for some other opportunities as well,
mhm.
where I can use my potential.
Okay.
So I think so. I have to see that if it is my cup of tea, so at least I can chase it.
Right, right. See, I'll tell you, there's a lot of things which you can do. So now I'll start talking about things which HR professionals are already doing and how social media relates to your current job profile and profession first,
Okay,
and then I'll give you more perspective on how it can be extended. So now,
sure.
so first thing would be Pooja, like since you're into HR and you're performing a journalist kind of role, so you understand that uh, employer branding is becoming very, very important and critical these days. Okay, so if you work for a certain company in a certain domain, so you always want to attract the best talent and also retain them for longer duration. At the same time, build a positive reputation of the companies of your company online. Okay, so now platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter and so many others, like the help of newsletters and all, what HR people are doing these days is they are trying to build a positive image of the company, and they are trying to build the authority of their company and their employees. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Uh, let's say it's my company, for example, and now that we're into training of digital marketing, and I have a team. Now let's say that each of my team members starts talking about digital marketing online, and they're giving their perspective. They are sharing content. They are being part in the discussions in different forums and platforms. So that basically helps people recognize that maybe we guys are really good in this, and that's why we're sharing our entire knowledge. So building an authority online is a very, very important part of any company these days. And that's one of the reason you will see uh, most of the heads of the companies, like if you talk about, in an international company like Apple and the others, like where we talk about Tim Cook and Elon Musk and maybe Jeff Bezos. These are the people, or Jack Ma for that matter. So they do a lot of content, and they share a lot of knowledge online. So they try to build an positive authority and also influence the decision makers, employ the future employees, the customers, and people at large. Okay, so this is a very, very important component. And unless until you don't know how to actually uh, take this thing online and promote different methods of promoting and what are the things which we should be actually doing or not, so you might be behind your competitors and other people in the industry. So that's one thing which I can share from an employer perspective. Then another thing could be when it comes to recruitment. So you are looking to hire talent which are really long-term prospects for your company, like you understand that what's how difficult it is to hire people, right?
Yeah, I do agree.
And even to retain them for a longer time period, it's going to be much difficult. So
Yes.
you must provide some kind of benefits, or maybe show them that how much your company values these employees. So these are things which are really important. At the same time, you want to hire the right kind of candidate. So now
Right.
somebody who would comply with the vision, mission, and the objectives of your company. So now let's say there's a person called as Ramesh, and that person might be very qualified, very skilled, and then he's one of the having the best profiles, experience and everything. But then you realize when you do an audit, social media audit for these guys, so you can do a background check these days very easily. I mean, you really don't have to hire the companies. In fact, you find more information online about a prospective employee on than by hiring these companies. So now you can actually do an audit and you can see that what this guy talks about, and then you find out, okay, so this guy is actually sharing some valuable information on some other platform like Facebook, and maybe he is engaged in multiple roles with different companies, and which is actually a conflict of interest for your company. So you might not like to hire these people for your company. So these are a few of the things which you can do from an HR perspective, and you can build an authority online. At the same time, you can retain and hire the right employees with the help of this. So that's one component. Now talking
Okay.
about, yeah. So the other part, what we've been talking about, you as a professional now, you have already been in the industry, you are working at a VP HR. So now you definitely need to add certain more arsenals to your profile and your career. So now you're looking to enhance your knowledge. Now, many times, you know, I have seen that, in fact. So I actually worked in the HR industry for a couple of years, not too long, but yes, I did work. And a lot of time we had a discussion that when you talk about the bottom line, and this is a very controversial topic, in fact. So a lot of us believe that I mean, not us, but many of the employees in, or you can say many of the companies that believe that HR doesn't really contribute to the bottom line of the company. Okay, that's a very controversial thing. But eventually, if you hire the right talent, you retain the right talent, and then you have the company policies and compensation and everything being structured in a way, then of course you see a value, at the end, that how much it contributes to your company's growth. Okay, so my take is you can still learn these kind of techniques, and this technique is not only meant for the product or service promotion, but it can be used in many other ways, influencing the decisions of the customer. Okay, and there's a lot of way, like to give an example. Okay, now let's say you are an HR working with Swiggy, and because we know that Swiggy has a delivery system which delivers food to the customers, and we hire people who are working as delivery guys. Now you as an HR show the value of these people. You try to build an image, but okay, so this is what a Swiggy employee did. Maybe there was a person, and she actually made let's say an additional payment, and that guy, being an honest Swiggy employee, he returns that cash back to the customer, saying that you made an additional payment, this is not required. So now you build a positive story around this. Now if you think about social media, so people look for these kind of stories and they want to get influence, and it actually have a positive influence on the sales and the growth of a company. So again, this is another example where it can come into picture. And not to forget whatever I have talked about in this course, from the beginning of this session, that what were techniques you learn. So you can become a smart marketer. So you really don't have to do anything on the ground level. You really don't have to do anything uh, like which you basically want, which will basically need you to acquire some technical skills, but you can still use the power of content, social, and so many other things to market any kind of product or service, and which of course includes your employer branding as well.
Sure. So I just wanted to know this big data which you have mentioned. I
Mhm.
can relate all the contents which is mentioned here, but I don't know about that big data. If you can explain.
Sure. So big data is actually part of analytics. So wherein we not only fetch data from the web and digital side, but we also try to capture data from different other sources. Like let me give an example. Now, it might happen that a customer for Amazon, he buys from the Amazon website online, and the same time, he also goes to an store. Let's say you might have recently read the news that Future Group has been, Future Retail has been acquired by Amazon. So now that's more of an offline data. So now if I know that this person goes to one of the stores, I think more is the store which has been acquired by Amazon. Now if that person goes to more and he makes a purchase over there, even though he's not active online and he's not purchasing from Amazon directly. Now Amazon has that data and they can club that data with his online behavior. And then he can capture data from different other sources. And then finally, Amazon can make a strategy on the basis of their offline and online data and data from multiple sources, and come up with a conclusion that what kind of customer that person is and what product essentially we should try to promote to him, right? So big data is basically a technology, and wherein a lot of offline and online analysis are brought together to bring more perspectives on the marketing and um, business.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So anything else, guys, before we end the session? So for the course related details, you can always talk to Quayle. She will guide you more on the course, both online and the classroom version of this course, and the details of the batches, when we're planning to start and all. And if you make a decision, maybe within a week or so of joining the course, we can definitely give you some really good incentives in terms of discounts and some additional benefits. So just think about that, and Quayle will share more information with you. And for now, if you have any particular queries related to career, jobs, or anything else in general, you can ask me. And yes, I mentioned one thing, Pooja, so I think you missed out on that part initially. So it's not only meant for job. You can work as a freelancer. You can even promote a small business or big business. You can have an idea and you can promote that idea with the help of these digital channels. So apart from job, if you're looking at those perspective as well, like as working as a freelancer or promoting your own business, so these things can also work.
Sure.
Yeah.
So if we are interested, then how do we approach? Like, shall I approach Kuheli for the same thing, or
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is the? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So she can help you with that. She can provide you more information. And in case if you're looking for some very specific information which she's not able to answer, so she will pass on my contact details to you, and you can directly have a contact with me as well.
Sure.
So, Vivek, Skills Learn is your
Mhm.
organization that you run for training people in digital marketing. Is that it?
Yes. Yeah, right.
Okay.
And I also run a digital agency which is called as a Digital School. So this is where we provide the services to the clients who need help in digital marketing.
Okay. So you also run an organization so you are kind of a vendor for other organizations. They hire
Right.
you for their digital marketing services.
Yeah, right. So we work
Okay.
with an
So
agency.
whoever you train,
Mhm.
you give them internship in your digital school itself.
We provide, like as I mentioned, that we have a lot of companies which are connected with us, and they're always looking for interns and employees. Okay, because Pooja understands that how big the hiring cost is there in these days.
Correct,
So,
correct.
yeah, so a lot of companies, they look for these kind of employees, and they approach us on a regular interval, asking for the employees for a certain specific role also, or sometimes they're only looking for interns. So yeah, I mean, we do provide you internship with different companies.
Okay.
Yeah, and the one for sure, I mean, if you don't get any opportunity with the other company, we will help you with our company. So we will provide you an internship internally as well, so that you can learn and implement these things.
Great. Okay.
All right, so I think that would be it. So Kohli, if you want to have any discussion, you can go ahead.
Right now, no, but yeah, I'll connect with Shraddha and Pooja separately and to
Sure.
find out their requirements. Also, Rini and Aarti were online,
Mhm.
so I'll connect with both of them. There
Sure.
were a few more who wanted to come in, but they very vague and they told me that they cannot come, so they want to meet
Mhm.
online, maybe sometime
Okay.
next weekend.
Okay. Sure, not a problem. All right. So thanks everyone. Thanks Shraddha. Thanks Pooja for attending this session, and I hope you enjoyed the session.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so